Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 5th through the 11th. And during that time, we have first the waning gibbous moon at the beginning of the week. That is a good time for self-reflection and rebirth. Good time for us to make positive changes, get rid of our bad habits and our negative thinking. We then have the third quarter moon that comes in on the 8th, and that is kind of a time for us to start wrapping up those things that we started at the beginning of the cycle. Those things are all coming to fruition. Also a good time for inward reflection and look around to see those things that we've done and what would we change. Was it successful? Do we need to make changes and start again during the new moon? Or do we need to just wrap that up and see it as a success and start the next thing? So keep that in mind. We then move into the waning crescent moon, and that again is, we're being thoughtful and thinking about the growth that we want to do because that new moon will be approaching next week, and we want to be ready for that. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading, Leo, is it's time to take action. Okay, let's see what the Leo Collective has going on that they need to take action with. As I'm shuffling the cards, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you take some time to meditate. And this could be something that you're working into your daily routine, or, either 5 or 10 minutes a day if you can, or more, or longer sessions through the week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week where you can take an hour or so. And if you're not sure how to meditate, there's a lot of guided meditations out there for you to work with. Sometimes I just do that with headphones because there's just noise around me, and I have to get in some headphones and just hear something else in order to unplug. But it's just my fun weekly reminder is that you try to take some time to meditate this week and just see what happens, see what effect that has on your life. So, all right, Leo, let's get into this reading for July 5th through the 11th. It's time to take action. Your present energy right now, Ace of Cups. So your heart is overflowing. Is there something here, maybe relationship related, or just something? So something going on with you're feeling something in your heart, something that you need to do. We'll see as the cards come out what this might mean for you. Your current situation is that you're in an indecisive spot. So this is about really thinking things through and making a decision after you do so. So there should be no rush on anything when it comes to things like this. You're going to look at the water behind her. She's very calmly just considering all the things. Look at the water in both of these cards. So whatever it is, it's kind of an emotional thing, but you need to think it all the way through before you make any decisions about it. At the root of this situation is feeling a little bit like you against the world. So are you having some pushback from others? Is this something where other people are involved? Where you're kind of having to fight for, your own stance on something? It very well could be. So go ahead and, I say when it comes to this card is, yeah, take your stand, but also, don't be so stubborn that you can't listen to the people around you also that might have good points. So 7 of Wands there, you against the world, is really what that feeling. Let me move this camera down so you can see that card. All right, in your recent past, okay, 5 of Wands. So there's been a little bit of debate about something, and maybe that's why some of these are pointed at you. So you've taken some sort of stance, and maybe out of this debate, again, it's conflict, but sometimes debate is what needs to happen, to make changes. So looks like, there's been some discussion and debate about something, and you are thinking of this final decision through. It looks like we're arriving maybe this week. Your overall was it's time to take action. So it's almost like, and maybe you're just trying to figure out exactly how to take the action that needs to be taken in whatever the situation is for you. On your mind this week is feeling a little nostalgic, and maybe this is a picture's starting to form here. This could be something having to do with friend, family, something that's maybe that you are a little nostalgic about, and maybe that makes it harder to take action. But you're trying to do this out of the feelings that are really in your heart. It's really how you feel, and when that's the case, you do need to take action on it. You just know what's the right thing to move forward. It's not always easy. We all come up against things like this where you have to make a decision about something, and it might seem like you're going to hurt other people or do whatever because it's you just know it's the right thing to do, but it gets better over time. Just saying. What is just ahead of you this week? A little rest and meditation with the Four of Wands. So again, this is you're really thinking about this, and I was mentioning meditation before. Go ahead and take that time to go within and do really consider all the things. You can't control every outcome on something, but you know when it's time to do something, and it might just be that you're trying to figure out exactly how to do it. What are the right words? That sort of thing. All right, let's keep going here. In your advice position is that, yeah, I think you're going to celebrate in the end. This is a good decision. Whatever happens, I think you're going to celebrate the ending of it. And that's okay. Whatever, even if it's a hard thing, I think you're going to feel better. Sometimes the harder things it's hard to do. And then there's like a relief that comes with it. And I do think you're going to celebrate that relief and release. All right. What is beyond your control this week is the Five of Pentacles, which I've seen this card in so many different readings. So, beyond your control is to feel a little bit like an outsider. It could be that whatever this decision is, it does make you feel like you're the only one. You're the cheese that stands alone, right? Believe me, maybe in this situation you are standing alone, but in the life situation, we've all been in these sticky situations like this where you have to make a decision, you have to say something. It feels like it's going to be very uncomfortable for you. Whatever it is, again, it's time to take action, and it's like you're very hesitant to do so because there's just going to be fallout from it. But remember, you're going to feel better, and you are going to celebrate it in the end. So you're going to have to do it. Rip the Band-Aid, right? What is your secret desire? What are you trying to avoid? Okay, so your secret desire, hopefully, I doubt if you're trying to avoid this, is kind of a new financial opportunity, a new material opportunity. And that's what your secret desire is. So maybe there's something here that comes to that is about just your success in the world, in the material world. And that's why it's kind of a hard decision to make. I'm getting the feeling like if it's a situation at work where you're kind of friends with someone, but you have to let them go because they're not doing the job that they need to do because so I'm kind of getting that kind of feeling, that you have to take some sort of action and it's just not comfortable. In your outcome position here is the Page of Cups. So we're going to try to smile and have a sense of humor throughout this. This is kind of our joker of the deck. And I feel like you do feel better once this happens, once you rip the Band-Aid, because it's affecting your life. It's affecting your life, and it's maybe affecting your bank account, that you need to do the things that are going to push you forward so that you can have success in the material world, which is obviously something that this is about. So make sure you go inside, rest and meditate. This card is about not taking any action until you really just have some clarity about it. So meditate, get that kind of clarity. Let's look around here. We do have a couple of fives on the table, so I want you to look up angel number 55, and that's our only repeater, I think. See what that might mean for you. What is hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck, Leo, is the Judgment card. So judgment of you, maybe you're not going to feel it, you're going to be happy at the end. Maybe that's kind of your fear, is feeling that kind of judgment. So don't worry about it. I feel like in the end you are going to be happy with the decision that you make and happy with the way that you go about it, because you're just going to take the time to think about it and take the best action that you need to take. So all right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Leo as they navigate whatever this action is that they need to take. Again, rip the Band-Aid seems to be the do it quickly. Reevaluate your priorities. That's always, and we're in the moon phase right now. That's definitely what that third quarter is. You're kind of just reevaluating, what are these changes you're about to make? What's upcoming here with this new cycle that we're about to enter? And if you do have to reevaluate what are you prioritizing? And is your life following that flow of the thing that you're prioritizing right now and working on? So ask yourself that question. All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Leo this week. And the card that you get is the card called Power. And it has good girl with a crossed out sign on it there. Power. The ability to suck it up is not a superpower. Saying no is. Own your power. The ability to suck it up is not a superpower. So own your power, which I think is a good message. I mean, I think whatever this is, it's inevitable. I think it's maybe been around for a while. Tarot readings happen. I do these for a weekly tarot reading, but life doesn't happen in a week. And there's situations that have been going on for a while that may start, maybe coming to fruition and kind of bubbling to the top. And it seems like this is one of those that's not something new, but it is time to take action on it, because what are your priorities really when you get down to it? So Leo, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know if anything resonated, or if you have questions. I would be very happy to answer those for you. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really nice because it helps me so much. I appreciate it. So thank you so much in advance for doing that. Also, it helps you find me next week. So come on back, Leo. Let's see where this goes next week and where your story goes. So thanks so much for being here. I will see you next time. Bye bye.